Hello and welcome, this is Ninjazilla80 here, and today, instead of making you guys wait, I decided, yes, I will definitely give this very beautiful, lovely lady the spotlight first and foremost. And you know what I'm talking about, and that is the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire Shimo figure. And yes, as you have seen from my unboxing video, and as I have said, this is a very, very, very beautiful, 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 lovely lady right here. And I will be reviewing her today in full detail. So, with that said, let's get on with this review. And now, here we have the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire Shimo figure right here before us in all of her very beautiful, beautiful, pearly white, icy kaiju glory, as you can see. This is a very, very beautiful, well-sculpted figure. Sculpted by the sculptors at Hiya Toys, of course, because, yeah, we still don't know the specific name of the head sculptor at Hiya Toys, but that matters not by this point. But anyway, this is a very beautiful figure, and I guess the sculptor, unlike SH Monster Arts' Yuji Sakai, has their reasons for remaining anonymous. But yeah, the person behind sculpting the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla figures definitely deserves a lot of credit where credit is due, because just look at this figure. She is just a pure beauty in all of her glory. She's just an absolute pure beauty, plain and simple. From her very shiny, pearly white, scaly skin to her very beautiful, icy blue spikes going all across her back and across her head. This figure is all around just an absolute beauty. And I'm glad I got her from Big Bad Toy Store with my recent order, because, man, this figure, it just blows me away. How good Hiya Toys is really getting, and how much they're improving from the figures they put out at first, because they are doing an amazing job. I kid you not. Hiya Toys is doing an amazing job with the Godzilla license. And I would even have to go out on a limb and say they're doing a much better job than that of SH Monster Arts for much lower, more affordable price points. So yeah, like I said in my previous unboxing for this figure, with Hiya Toys being around, making the Godzilla figures that they're making, I don't see any reason why we need to, you know, keep draining our bank accounts to collect SH Monster Arts anymore. But anyway, getting in on detail with this figure, like I mentioned, her skin is a very beautiful pearly white. I do see a lot of metallic silver dry brushing in there, with a little gold dry brushing as well, as you can see from the light reflecting off the figure from my phone, because that's what I'm recording on. Yeah, you could see, you know, all the hard work and detail they put in this figure. It really paid off. It really paid off big time for Hiya Toys, because they put out an absolute masterpiece with this figure. As far as like Shimo's like body and design and everything, um, it's very similar to Anguirus. So I mean, she's bipedal just like Anguirus, and she also kind of like has that like Ankylosaur sort of vibe to her. So you know that's another thing about her. She's kind of almost like the Anguirus of the Monsterverse, kind of by this point, but who knows? We might actually get Anguirus in the Monsterverse, because we're getting the sequel to Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, so we're getting Godzilla. I think it's called Godzilla X Kong Supernova. So yeah, there's rumors that Space Godzilla is going to be the main villain monster in that one. So we're going to see when that gets here. But anyway, taking a good look at this figure, I like how she just her detail just pops a lot, like a lot. She is very beautiful. Highly recommended. Is she worth the $70 that I paid for her? Absolutely. But anyway, getting a good closer look at her face. She is very beautiful. Just look at that face. You see how well sculpted her nostrils are in her nose. And get her closer to the camera. You can see how well sculpted and painted her eyes are. And of course, her jaw is articulated, so we can see the inside of her mouth there. Look how beautiful that is. Very beautiful. You can see her membrane and all the reddish pink colorization on the inside of her mouth. Looking really nice. We can even see her very sharp, pearly white teeth as well. Hiya done a really good job with these figures. I mean, they're doing a really good job with these figures. And I'm definitely looking forward to buying more of them. And of course, we do have good articulation in the neck as well. We can look down about that much. We can look up about that much. We can cranium revolve this all the way around, a full 360. And of course, the opposite way. Boy. Look at that. And of course, we do have really good ball joints in those shoulders as well. So those shoulders could spread out like so. And then back in again. We do have a double joint in those elbows of hers, so we can bend them forward and back. And same is true with the other arm, forward and back. And of course, her hands are also articulated. We do have a ball joint in her. Well, no, we got a hinge joint in her wrist. I'm sorry. So we have two hinge joint in both those wrists of hers, and we can move them back up. Can we swivel those wrists? Yes, we can turn those hands all the way around a full 360. And yeah, I know those are front feet, but they're also hands because they're yeah, she's bipedal, but so those are her front walking hands, because she also uses those hands to battle and fight. So, you know, she's not defenseless. She fights with more than just her tail. So we do have her hands. And the cool thing about this figure, each one of her fingers is individually articulated. They're on hinges. They're on ball joints and hinges, so you can bend them forward and back if you want to. And that is really cool. I like the way that Hiya's done this. They've done a really good job. Look at that. Very nice. Very beautiful indeed. And just look at those very beautifully painted fingernails of hers. Very nice. Same thing with her hind legs, her back feet, her back toes. Look at that. Very, 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 very beautiful mani-pedi there. And of course, getting to waist articulation, the waist is on a ball joint, and we have these articulation cuts in the middle, so we can we can do an ab crunch like so. First time I'm moving her like that, so yeah, it might be some stuck paint. So anyway, so we can bend over like so, and we can ouch, 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 ouch. Her spikes are poking me, and we can bend her back straight. And of course, we do have good articulation in her hind legs as well. Her hips can come out about, if I can get it, yeah, about that far. So we do have that. Bring them back in. We can rotate them all the way back like so. So if we want to get Shimo to stand up like so, and I know her face is off camera, but anyway, I would probably need a stand for her, but we can do that if we want to. So I'm holding her tail. So yeah, trying to move her back so we can see her standing. Very nice. This is a very nice, very beautiful figure indeed. And of course, we do have articulation with our other leg as well. Looks like we can move that one a full 360. Can we move the other one a full 360? Yes, we can. It's just a little stuck because still breaking her in. There's still some stuck paint in there. But anyway, we do have a double joint at the knee, so we can bend those knees all the way back like so, and then forward again. And of course, we do have a hinge in those ankles, and we can swivel those ankles, swivel those feet all the way around a full 360 like so. And her feet are getting out of line, so I'm trying to fix that here. Trying to get that back in line so I can sit her back down without her falling over. So yeah, we have that. And of course, we have very good tail articulation. The tail is one of the best tails you can get on a Hiya Toys figure. And of course, we see that very beautiful icy blue Thagomizer of hers. I love this figure. Love this figure a lot. And the tail just moves very fluidly. Look at that. And best of all, you don't have to worry about this figure popping to pieces. Believe you me, I've seen Steven's Toy review on the SH Monster Arts Godzilla X Kong The New Empire Shimo figure, and yeah, that one pops apart like nobody's business, especially the tail Thagomizers. And yeah, and that one, by the way, costs triple the price of this one. So about that, yeah. And of course, you know, I gotta, you know, bring her up close so we can see those very beautiful, icy spikes of hers going down her back and just down her tail, just acknowledging that just purely beautiful, awesome detail on this figure. Just look at that. Very nice. Now, I do have to give a warning. Her back spikes are sharp, so some of them are pointy. So do be careful, because they can make you bleed if you're not careful. So yeah, do handle with caution. I'm just going to give you that. Handle this figure with caution, and unless you want to get cut. So keep that in mind, you know. And yeah, don't be letting small children get hold of this, because, you know, this is not for... These figures aren't necessarily for kids, you know. These are, you know, adult collectibles made with adult collectors in mind, so that's something, you know, as a parent to keep in mind. Now, you know, now if your kid is like sort of like the tweens, or like 10, 11, maybe like 12, going maybe like an older teen, yeah, I would say that's fine. But, you know, small children, you know, especially those who are not past the double digits yet, are not in the double digits yet. That's what I mean. Yeah, I don't recommend this for small children. But if you're an adult collector or like, you know, a tween or a teen, yeah, the Hiya Toys Godzilla figures are some of the best Godzilla figures you can get for a much lower, more reasonable price range than that of what you're going to get from the SH Monster Arts brand. Believe you me, I know from personal experience. But anyway, if I have to give this figure a final score based on detail, articulation, and playability, I have to give her a drum roll, please. And in all honesty, I have to give this figure an absolute 10 out of 10 perfect score. Why? Detail is definitely top-notch, top-of-the-line, very movie accurate, very beautiful, very impressive. I haven't seen a better looking figure in a very long time. This is, like I said, this figure is a true masterpiece in and itself. I don't see any better Shimo figure you can get than this. The Playmate Shimo does not come close. Not even the SH Monster Arts Shimo figure comes close to this one, as far as what I've seen. This figure is absolute top notch. Even her tongue, if I can get it, because I'll land. Alright, is articulated, because I almost forgot to go over that. So yeah, her tongue is articulated. There's all sorts of points of articulation on these figures. Very similar to that of SH Monster Arts, but the better part is you can actually move the pieces on these figures, where they're articulated where they have points of articulation. You can actually move them where they're meant to be moved, and they won't fall apart. SH Monster Arts, on the other hand, yeah, sometimes if you try to move certain pieces and certain arms and certain legs and tail pieces that's meant to be articulated, and it just falls apart at the seams. So, yeah, I do have to give Hiya Toys a point on that. They are much better at durability and articulation than what SH Monster Arts is. And as far as detail, Hiya Toys has definitely nailed this figure. They've knocked it out of the park, 110% with this figure. Like I said, and I said it time and time again, this figure is a pure beauty. You can't get a better Shimo than the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Shimo. And there's even like an Ice Breath variant that they're going to be putting out soon, and I think I'm going to pick that one up as well, and I'm going to do a comparison. But anyway, yeah, that pretty much concludes it for my review on this figure. As you guys, as you've heard, excuse me, my thoughts on this figure is absolutely positive and highly recommended. If you want to grab this figure for yourself, or for a Christmas gift for a Godzilla fan that you might know. The link will be in the description to where you can buy this figure. She's around $70 plus tax and shipping. And far as I can tell you, it's well worth it. She's well worth it. Big Bad Toy Store will take care of you very well. If you end up with any figure defects, all you have to do is email them the pictures of where the figure is defective, and they will send you a replacement ASAP. So, yeah, they've taken care of me multiple times before, and they will take care of you. Believe you me, Big Bad Toy Store is good people, and they take real good pride in their customer service. But anyway, guys, that pretty much concludes it for everything. So, with that said, as always, love you all. Stay safe. Take care. God bless. Stay powered up. Stay positive. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And peace out.